Hey fellow foodies, it's Faye from faysfood.com. Today I'm sharing this wonderful recipe for easy buttermilk biscuits. These biscuits are wonderful to have on hand for breakfast, brunch, or holidays. So all I did was sift the dry ingredients into a cake pan. The reason why I'm using a cake pan is because you want to ideally use a bowl that is kind of wider and not as deep. I don't have a bowl like that, so I'm just using a cake pan. So all the tools, all the ingredients should really be as cold as possible. So I did put the dry ingredients in the fridge for about 20 minutes. The butter is straight from the freezer. So you can see that I did cut the butter into 1/4-inch pieces. I'm gonna go ahead and start coating them in flour and then smashing them between my index finger and my thumb. This is called the frissage method. It's a good method to mix any type of dough. I use this with pie dough, pastry dough, biscuits. It's a great way to mix but not over mix. And once you do all the butter pieces, you want to incorporate the shortening and do the same thing, same process. And after you take care of all the fat, it will look like this. It's gonna look like kind of well crumbled feta, which is perfect. We're gonna place it in the fridge for about 10 minutes. And then out of the fridge, you can go ahead and take your buttermilk and you're gonna create a well in the middle. And it really doesn't matter that you have that well because it's gonna overflow anyways, but you just want to pour the buttermilk all into the dry ingredients. And then you just take a rubber spatula and mix everything together as best as you can. You don't want to overmix here. You just kind of want to get the dry ingredients moistened. Okay, so now you just want to flour whatever surface you're working on, kind of lightly. And then you can dump out the dough onto that surface. And I'm using a rubber spatula to actually dump out the dough. You want to be mindful of how much you use your hands on the dough because your hand does have heat. So we're going to try to not handle it that much. But you can see I'm starting to pat out the dough. My hands are well floured. And we just want to kind of get it into a round shape. And then you're going to use a dough cutter that is also kind of well floured. I didn't do that good of a job flouring it because it is sticking, but as long as it's well floured, it won't stick that much. And what you want to do is kind of fold it in half and then you pat it out again into a circle. Okay, and then you fold it in half the other way. And pat it out again into a circle. And then fold it one more time. And this is creating those wonderful layers that give you a flaky biscuit. Okay, I'm going to just flour the top one more time. And then I'm going to pat it into as good as a circle as I can get. It's not going to be perfect. And really the thickness of the biscuit is going to depend on you. You can do anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1 inch. I kind of went 3/4 of an inch here. And then you really want to make sure your cutter is well floured. And here's the key, you do not want to twist. If you twist, your biscuits will not rise properly. So just go straight up and then down. See, down, up. No twisting at all. And you want to cut as close to the other biscuits as you can, so you can yield as many biscuits as you can. Right, wonderful. And then you just want to take the scraps. Of course, the scraps are not going to be as soft as the originals, but you can make more biscuits out of the scraps. Okay, so I do use a mini spatula to move them to the cake pan. We're just using a regular 8-inch cake pan that is well buttered. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the fridge for about 5 to 10 minutes just so everything can cool down a bit before we put them in the oven. Alright, so out of the fridge, I'm going to go ahead and butter the tops before they go into the oven. Our oven is preheated at 425. We're going to bake these at 10 to 14 minutes. And these are going to yield a nice, soft, fluffy biscuit. If you wanted a crispier biscuit, what you can do is put them on a baking sheet or a 9 or 10-inch cake pan so more air can circulate around the biscuit, which will give you a crispy exterior. Okay, so after 14 minutes, this is how our biscuits look. And I'm going to top the biscuits with even more butter. As Julia Child said, butter is better. And I subscribe to that. Right, and then out of the oven, after you butter them, you can go ahead and flip them over and enjoy them warm. This is definitely my go-to recipe for buttermilk biscuits. It's incredibly easy. These biscuits are soft and tall, fluffy, wonderfully buttery. For the full recipe, go to facefood.com. Subscribe to this channel for more great videos on the way. Like this video, comment below for any comments or questions, and share this video. Until next time, guys, you have a wonderful day. I'm just trying to make this money. I ain't trying to share with the team. Girl, I ain't trying to take nothing from you.